for prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
He's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
Floyd Mayweather is often hailed as one of the greatest defensive boxers in history, but whispers across the boxing world suggest stepping into the ring with Terence Crawford could be disastrous. Analysts warn that Mayweather, long retired and past his prime, would be risking both his legacy and health against a pound-for-pound king like Crawford, whose brutal combinations, sharp timing, and adaptive style make him one of the most dangerous fighters alive.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. And of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
Yeah, so that was a big take. But
not
yeah,
really.
I
mean,
think so.
both of them. Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
the what?
He doesn't have the biggest star power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people were he was saying that people were underestimating him because of that.
Mayweather retired unbeaten at 52-0, cementing his reputation as a defensive master. Crawford, also undefeated, has established himself as a multi-division champion with a rare blend of switch and ring IQ, power, and versatility. As Crawford continues to dominate, debates and what-if scenarios comparing him to Mayweather at their peaks have only grown louder.
Terence Crawford on Saturday has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, I honestly believe that he surpasses now Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. That's what I believe.
If that was the goal by Floyd, to be undisputed, then he would have chased undisputed. He chased champions until he became the money draw.
Do you know that Floyd never unified any of the divisions he fought in?
Because he never had to. He was a draw. He just didn't have to. He done the hard work in getting there.
Terence Crawford started out his boxing career as a lightweight, and now he's gone up to super middleweight and become the undisputed super middleweight champion, beating a guy like Canelo, who, listen, previously, man, he was wreaking havoc through that division. And Terence Crawford's just gone out there and taken the belt off him with, let's be honest, relative ease.
Three-division champion Shane Mosley has stirred conversation by suggesting Crawford might hold the edge over certain versions of Mayweather, highlighting Crawford's power, versatility, and ability to switch stances. Mosley argued that those tools create unpredictable angles and dangerous offensive options. Against Money Mayweather, Mosley believes Crawford could win, though he admits that the younger, more aggressive pretty boy Mayweather would likely pose a tougher challenge.
Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moving weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It'd been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Former world champion Tim Bradley has gone further, declaring that Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. He credits Crawford's intelligence, timing, and adaptability, arguing that even Mayweather's legendary defense might not be enough to stop Crawford's diverse offensive arsenal.
Distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Sam Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
No.
Exactly.
And
Max,
Zab wasn't quite a Shane level fighter. That's true. Listen, it'd be a great match.
Amir Khan, who faced Crawford himself, has voiced strong respect for the champion, insisting there's a real case he could beat Mayweather. Khan praised Crawford's uncanny timing, ability to disrupt rhythm, and knack for punishing mistakes with precision. Reflecting on his own experience, Khan noted how frustrating it was to face Crawford, who forced opponents into tiny errors before capitalizing with sharp counters. He believes even Mayweather's defensive brilliance could struggle against Crawford's adaptability and ring IQ.
Look, when I was in the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm. But I have to say, probably one of the best fighters I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fighters like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously might have got caught with a good shot and got knocked out, or whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather. But I really think he would beat Mayweather.
Former two-division champion Carl Frampton said Crawford's dominance against Canelo Alvarez changed how he ranks him alongside Mayweather. Frampton argued that Crawford's control of the fight, dictating pace, inflicting damage, and showcasing technical mastery proved he had reached a level capable of challenging even prime Mayweather. He compared Crawford's performance to the benchmark fights people cite when discussing Mayweather at his best.
I feel that Crawford is going to nick it. I think if he does nick it, it does kind of have to be a stinker. He has to move and use his feet. I think Canelo's feet aren't what they once were, but certainly he's a stronger man in the fight. I think we're going to see a very close one, possibly even a draw, but if you put a gun to my head, I would say Crawford in a close points decision.
You talk a bit about the fight maybe not catching fire in the way some were expecting. If Terence Crawford is to win the fight, does it have to be that sort of fight? And leading from that, can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so. I mean, look at the shots guys like Golovkin bounced off Canelo's head. It's almost like he's unhurtable. We've seen him hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother a number of years ago, but that was it really, and he was a young boy. So I think that I don't expect to see Terence hurting or being able to hurt Canelo. But there's a way he can't win the fight, and that is by outboxing.
If Terence Crawford does win, as you're predicting, does he rival Alexander Usyk for that number 1 pound for pound spot?
You have to start. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question, and he'd certainly be yeah.
Rising star Shocker Stevenson has echoed that sentiment, saying Crawford is just one victory away from entering the GOAT conversation, specifically if he beats Canelo. Stevenson pointed to Crawford's skill, movement, and boxing IQ. Qualities he believes could neutralize Canelo and cement Crawford's place among boxing's all-time greats.
If Bud beats Canelo convincingly, right, would you put him above Floyd, an all-time great?
See, I ain't
Give me a solid answer. Come on, Shakur. Don't dance around that, bro.
I can't get into that because at the end of the day, it's like...
But that's just an opinion.
It's opinionated.
Right, I want your opinion.
Opinionated. My opinion on it, I think Bud is the greatest of all time after doing this.
Okay.
But
thank you. That's all I wanted.
Floyd is the greatest of all time in my eyes too. Like the shit I done watched with him is like he's one of my favorite fighters. So,
I know.
50-50.
Crawford himself has pushed back on constant comparisons to Mayweather, emphasizing that they fought in different eras, under different promotional systems, and with unique pressures. He insists his focus is on refining his craft, taking the right fights, and proving himself against elite competition rather than chasing comparisons to Mayweather's legacy.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. We ain't going up that much.
Now,
Meanwhile, Mayweather's recent exhibition fights have drawn sharp criticism. Many argue these bouts undermine both his legacy and the sport, pointing out that they often feature mismatches against influencers or non-contenders, and serve more as money grabs than competitive contests.
Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Oscar De La Hoya has been particularly harsh, calling such exhibitions embarrassing and claiming they make a mockery of boxing.
I want to say, but I won't say it. But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you got a guy in the environment that we're living in at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out at the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him, he made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at a press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Did you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually really trying. But anyway, it was what it was. But it all comes back to the pressure is on us. Not us as in me and Matchroom, but it is on boxing. If we don't make good fights, you're going to see more and more of this. Because if Gervonta Davis against Mara Barros is doing 100,000 buys, and Andy Ruiz against Areola is doing 80,000 buys or 100,000 buys, and you got that doing 1 million, what are the broadcasters going to want? That. We have to save boxing. We, not just me, all of us. And the fighters have got to step up. The managers have got to step up. The trainers have got to step up. We've got to pay the money for these guys to have real fights. And that's what you'll see at Fight Camp.
Promoter Eddie Hearn and analyst Stephen A. Smith have echoed those concerns. Hearn called one exhibition absolutely horrendous, while Smith accused Mayweather of prioritizing financial gain over legacy, pressing him directly on whether wealth matters more than how history remembers him.
Disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it.
The announcement of a Mayweather vs. Mike Tyson exhibition in spring 2026 has only fueled the controversy. Critics question the credibility of such spectacles, but Mayweather has defended them as a way to stay active, entertain fans, and earn on his own terms. He argues that continuing to generate wealth through exhibitions is no different than any other successful figure extending their career beyond its traditional peak.
Why? You buy? Pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I'm smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart and Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
Ultimately, experts warn that a fight against Crawford would present more risks than rewards for Mayweather. Promoter Bob Arum and others now believe Crawford could even beat a prime version of him, unless Mayweather could return with the razor-sharp reflexes and hunger of his peak years. Stepping into the ring with Crawford may threaten his legacy more than it could enhance it.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why? Just
because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
So what do you think? Could Crawford surpass Mayweather if they ever fought? Does Mayweather remain untouchable?